Hi guys, so welcome back to Design with Karthik and welcome back to Basics of Typography section 5. Okay, so thank you for all your support for all these videos. So last week we have started this typeface classification and we have covered the most important typeface, which is serif. And this week we are going to look a very important classification which occupies 75% of today's design. Okay, almost both digital and print. Also print, this classification is becoming very famous, very trendy out there. So come on, let's get started. Okay, so let's directly jump into the topic, basics of typography. This is the fifth session in basics of typography. So earlier session we have already covered 4 videos. If you have not watched those 4 videos, please do watch it. Link is in the description. There is a separate playlist made for those also. So please do follow the playlist also for getting instant updates. So please do watch it and let me know. In the watching those 4 videos before will get you a grip about the subject, and you'll be getting easy flow about what we are going to cover in this video also. So in case you have not watched it, so please do watch it. It will be definitely helpful for a beginners. Okay, so last week we have started typeface classification and we have seen serif. Okay, so this week it is again going to be, as I told in starting of the video, the 75% of today's design is sans serif font. So that classification only we are going to see now. So let's move into the actual content. Okay, so sans serif. So as you see, sans is nothing but no. I think so in Latin or Greek word it is called as sans, means no. Okay, so sans serif means no serif. So what I told in serif, I said each and every serif font will have the small projection at the end of the each letter, which itself called as serif. But here there will be no such serif here. So which means there will be no any projection out there. So it will be simple. Okay, so sans serif, that is what we call a sans serif. No serif means sans serif. And second thing, in serif font you might have seen that there will be a thick thin variation between each and every letters. Okay, but here if you see, there is not any thick thin variation, it is almost uniform. There are some sans serif font which deviate from this topic. There will be some thick thin variations also, but still most of the sans serif font will be uniform. So that is the reason. This is the reason why most of the sans serif font is becoming more common in almost all mediums. Okay, so let's see how it has progressed. So Netflix, almost everyone in today's generation will be common about Netflix. So Netflix has their own font, okay, which is called as Netflix Sans. Okay, that is also a sans serif font. Okay, like all the top brands, if you see Apple you take, Google you take, every top brands will have sans serif font. And Netflix, these are the recent Netflix posters. If you are following in Netflix, so you see this poster, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. This is I think so that is the series name. Okay, so here if you see, almost all are sans serif font. Okay, there is nothing, no serif in this. Almost all these posters entirely occupy sans serif font. Again, this thing, Chef Table, Netflix documentary, the second season, everything was written in sans serif font. And the recent study shows that there is an article, I'll share you, the link is also in the description. We are going to see the link detail in one video, because that clearly explains the psychology of font also, that will be covered in upcoming videos. But that blog and that link shows that, see how much, almost 25, about 25% of font is sans serif font. Their poster is promotional poster sans serif font. And again, modern is again a subset of sans serif font. So still 25 plus, if you say 15, it is almost a 40% of Netflix promotional poster is made up of sans serif font only. So that by this you can understand what is the level of sans serif font. Okay, and it is not just a case of poster alone. It is not just a case of poster or any social medias alone. Almost sans serif font has taken most of the role in logos also. The current generation technology logos are filled with sans serif font only. For example, you can say Facebook, LinkedIn, these all technological brand, or a trend upcoming, not upcoming, it is almost established. Facebook is almost established. So all these recent brand or current generation brand mostly of sans serif font. The main reason is it gives a simple and minimal look. That is what the main reason why most of the brand prefer sans serif font. Okay, You can just check it out. You can just imagine whatever brand, it will be a sans serif font. McDonald's sans serif font, KFC sans serif font. Almost all the top brands are preferring sans serif font. Apple, Google, everything has sans serif font. Okay, and some brands has created their own brand font, customized brand font, like Netflix. Netflix has Netflix Sans, which is again a sans serif customizable sans serif font, which is created by Netflix itself. Okay, that is the one font they are using in all the promotional posters. Okay, so sans serif font is growing, and it is almost well established now. Okay, so the main reason why people prefer sans serif font, or we can say the psychology behind every sans serif font, it is nothing but the sans serif font looks modern, it is straightforward, and it is clean. The modern and minimal look is a very key objective why people like sans serif font. The web designer with all the website designer, if you can take any website, you can go to any website, if the website has a serif font, then you can say that web designer is a very old designer. Okay, straight away you can say that website is a very old website. Okay, it is not updated for a long time, or else you can say the web designer is not in a current generation. Okay, almost all the website has this sans serif font. Very rarely the serif font coming into this website, otherwise it is purely sans serif font. So it is a good sign for sans serif font, and it is straightforward. It communicate what it like to communicate. Okay, for example, as I told in the serif font classification video, I might have told that for a jewelry based logo we can go for a serif font. Okay, because it shows the trustworthy meaning. So something for each and every serif font, there is a hidden back meaning inside that serif font. There is a trustworthy one meaning is hidden inside the serif font. But sans serif font, it is not that case. It is straightforward. What you are trying to tell, it communicates that meaning only. Okay, so that all that clean look, it is sans serif font. And even if you see this, whatever this basics of typography which I am using right from the session 1, it is a sans serif font. So even my system has 75% of sans serif font and rest 25% of other fonts. So that is how the sans serif font projection is be. So coming to the end, so these are my favorite sans serif font. Okay, so as I told earlier, the list is very lengthy list. There are so much other sans serif font which are my favorite also, but I've shown a very few here. 75% of my systems has sans serif font only. Okay, so these are my personal favorite. So I'll tell you why this is favorite, because it is a reason I should explain. So for example, Montserrat Railway Radical, these are the most used font, and there is a frequent there is a, what you can say, people used to tell me please change the font, because even clients used to tell me that please change this font because you have used more than hundreds of times. Okay, so these are the most used font, and people get stressed out because of overuse of this font also. So Montserrat Railway Radical is a very clean, neat, simple font. Okay, and Montserrat, it looks great on small caps and also all caps. Okay, so it looks really great. And even though if you increase the kerning of that Montserrat, I'll tell what is kerning leading in upcoming videos, but just have this in mind. If you have a prior knowledge to kerning, it will be very nice. If you increase the kerning of Montserrat also, it will be very nice. Same for Radical, it will be very nice. So it is you can say it looks fine in whatever way you do it to it, because of the simplicity looks. Okay, the readability will be there. I have used it for title, I have used it for paragraph text, I have increased the kerning, I have increased the leading, I have compressed it, I have used it in all sort of ways. Still this font looks good and neat and legible and readable. Okay, so these three fonts comes, and even Metropolis is again the same category. Metropolis is again the same category. In Metropolis, the beauty of Metropolis is Metropolis look very legible when written in a smaller size. So if you are going to design a business card and letterhead, I personally most of the cases I go for Metropolis font, and also Railway also looks very good using a smaller size, because Radical, if Radical Medium or Radical Medium looks very thicker sometimes, and Radical Regular looks very thin. So that is the reason I used to avoid it for business card and letterhead. But Metropolis and Railway looks very legible even if used on a smaller size. Okay, for business card and letterhead, if you are going to use for a 8-point size or a 7-point size or even 6-point size, if there is a requirement, then it looks really neat. It looks really neat. So that's the reason Montserrat Railway Radical and Metropolis has been used. And coming back, sorry, this is not Future, this is Futura. Okay, there is a spelling mistake. Futura is the font name. Okay, sorry for that. So Futura, it is also a best font used for many social media posters. For a title and heading, it looks very neat. Okay, and also for body text, it looks neat. Futura PT, one more font is that is also neat. Okay, so Futura compressed is that is also neat. So it looks neat for almost all category. We can't classify that these fonts are used only for these categories. It looks for everything: header, subheader, text, social media post, logos, everywhere it is very neat. Okay, and coming back, and if you see, I have this entire slide. All these fonts look somewhat formal look. These all fonts give some formal look, and these all fonts give some informal or trendy or funny, not funny, some youthful look. Okay, so that's why I've classified in such a way. Okay, and Promito, we can say that this is one of the personal favorite font for favorite sans serif font which I've used for most of the logos, and I have this what do you call very bad. Sorry, we can't tell that is a bad. Very, what do you call, not so good practice, that if suppose a logo get approved in this font, then I used to design several logos with this font, and ultimately it gets approved. So that is not always a good sign, because okay, the prime objective is to get approval from clients, and we are getting good remarks from clients. That is a prime objective, but still these almost I have used for most of the logos. If I am designing 100 logos, I'm not sure how much I have designed. If I design 100 logos, then 60% of this logos will be Promito font. Okay, I used to try different font. If that doesn't work out, if client doesn't like that logos, then I go for a Promito font. Immediately client get approved. So that is the hidden trick. I'm not sure what is that look in this Promito font, but the main reason I feel in this font is it has a sharp and rounded edges both together, so it gel well with the icon of the logo. So maybe that is the reason why people use this logo, use this font. And the thickness is nice, the edge side is nice, so everything is perfect in this font. So that is the reason. Maybe it is not that if client is liking the logo, it means they like the concept, they like the designs, everything is there, but still there is some hidden meanings. There is some psychology connect to this font also. Definitely we need to agree for it. So Promito is the most used font for logo. Just try it. You are making a logo, just try it. Definitely you will see the differences. Okay, it people can't tell that this is a normal very common font, because it doesn't look common. Okay, it doesn't look like a common railway or radical font. There is a sharp edges. If you see the T, there is a sharp edges, but if you see the R, there is a curved edges. So sharpness and curviness is both are blended to in this font, and it is definitely great font for logo. Just try it. Okay, and coming back, next to Promito, there is a all round Gothic is the most used font for logos. The reason is there is a perfect circle. Everything will be round. If you see, almost all this will be in round, so that's why the name itself all round is there. Okay, the perfect circle will be there in this font. So whenever your logos has a circle, or if you are doing an enclosure type logo where you are embedding every icon and text inside a circle, in that case you can go for this all round Gothic font. It definitely looks great. Or if your icon is designed inside a circle, then definitely go for this all round Gothic font. It directly connects to that icon very easily. And also, if you're going for a custom text based logo, for example, you want to edit a customized text based logo, you want to create something inside the letter, then also you just explore with this all round Gothic font. It will be definitely helpful. Okay, this is the most used font for a all round Gothic font. And Passion Fetish. Okay, this is the one font. Just check out the link. There will be one link coming over the top. Okay, the landing page. I have made the most of almost in the landing page. I made only two fonts. One is Passion Fetish font, and another one is Argo. I have stick to two fonts, and I have created an entire landing page. Okay, that is how the landing page should be. We should maximum stick to 2 to 3 fonts. But this Fashion fetish font, you just check on that link. I'll give you the link in the description also. Just check out the link. That the contrast work well in this fashion fetish font. You know, contrast doesn't mean that you need to go for regular and bold. Not, I'm not referring to that sort of contrast. For example, if you are making this font in a 12 point size, and if you are making the font in 65 point size, the contrast between both the size looks very good. The smaller doesn't look that small, and bigger doesn't look that big. Okay, that is the main reason why I like this fashion fetish font. It is very good for social media poster. It has that trendy informal look also. That E alone is enough to represent that trendy and informal look. It doesn't look like a normal cliche old type font. There's a new style, and again it looks great. But only thing, if you increase the kerning, the readability is fully gone. Okay, never increase kerning for fashion fetish font. It will be not at all readable. Okay, and coming back to RightTS, I'll come to this thing. Coming back to RightTS is more or less similar to fashion fetish font. If you look at the E itself, you can get to know it. It is very similar, but still it is somewhat thicker. So in many social media posters, I have gone for this RightTS font, and I have tried this RightTS font for logos. It looks really good. Okay, so in place of all-round Gothic, you can go for RightTS also. It also has that curvy look. I have used it for logos also. I have used for social media post also, and even for packaging design also I have used it. So it is again, you can say it is both look similar, but it is somewhat bold. For landing page I have not tried it yet, but still it is one of my personal favorite. And coming back to Proxima Nova, it is an Apple brand font. Apple has used Proxima Nova for almost most of the branding purpose. Okay, so it is great, neat, simple, minimal, everything is there in that font. And Karl Marx and Eurostil. Eurostil is something different. It looks what do you call? It looks somewhat. If you want, if you draw a box around the Eurostil, the white space will be very less in this. Okay, compared to other font. That boxy structure. If you draw a box around O, and for Eurostil, and if you draw a box around fashion fetish O, the white space for O in this will be more and this will be less. It gives that square look. Okay, that rounded rectangle. If you see, the O is actually a rounded rectangle. Okay, so that is something different. It is something different in. It doesn't look like a decorative font. It is a sans serif font, but it looks different. And Eurostil looks good in italics also, in compressed also. Okay, so I have used it for so many posters also. So Eurostil is again my personal favorite. And again Karl Marx. So this is again, if you want to create some creative abstract logos, then this font will be definitely helpful. It is something different. The Excite is very higher than compared to other font. Okay, Excite is very higher. It looks great in text, or it looks great in a title, it looks great in subheader, and also for a body text, which means we can't say that if there are so much number of body text. For example, paragraph sort of text, it will be not that great. But if you have a title and a description, that description will be hardly 150 words, then this Karl Marx definitely works cool. Okay, so that is there. So yeah, I know the long talk in this slide. So it is again, these are some of my sans serif font which is there in my system. So coming back, so we have seen serif font, we have seen sans serif font. So where to use which font? It is again a confusing thing. That will be dealt definitely in a bigger lecture. The separate video will be there. Font psychology separate video will be there. But here, serif or sans serif, there is always a confusion. For example, if you see this website, the Times of India website, except this Times of India heading, any other place whether we are able to see serif font, even not in these ads. This ads is just these are just ads and running this Times of India page. But even in these ads, we can't see a sans serif, serif font. Okay, even the logo, HDFC logo, is again a sans serif font. Except this Times of India, others all are sans serif font. So that we can understand. You can understand how much the sans serif font is becoming famous and how much the sans serif font is used. Okay, right from a bigger size to smaller size. This is a heading, and this is just a date. We can call it as a description, not even a description. Okay, just a footer type of element. Still, it is sans serif font. So that is all. Right from title till the end, the footer text, everything is sans serif font. So it is, that is what how the sans serif font is used in digital medium. So coming back, if that is the case, then whether serif font will go away, whether serif font will go out of picture, definitely not. Definitely not. Serif font will definitely not go out of the picture. Okay, for example, if you see this two newspaper, everything is serif. Okay, so for example, just see the Guardian name is serif, the subheading, the header is serif, everything is serif. Hardly we can see any sans serif here. Even in this Hindu newspaper, everything is serif, right from the heading till the body text, everything is serif. So whether we can classify that serif font is used mostly in print mediums and sans serif font is used most in digital medium. Of course, in this, even seeing these two examples, that is the live case, but it is not actually the case. If you see any top, there are some top graphic design portfolios which has designed purely with serif font. Okay, even the portfolios, just remember the portfolio website was designed with serif font. So it is not the case. There is always a time for exploring. There is always a gap. Always there is something to explore. So serif font is prevailing most in print mediums, but that doesn't mean that nowhere sans serif is used in print mediums. Sans serif is again used in print mediums. Okay, and serif is again used in digital mediums also. So it is not the case that this is for this and this is for that. That is not the case. Anything can be tried out in design. Anything can be tried out, but just for knowing it, mostly this is the case. But website, for a clean, simple and minimal look, sans serif font is more preferred. For a body text and paragraph text, legibility and readability plays a most important role. There is a distinction between each and every alphabet in serif font. So because of that, legibility is much better. So because of that, the newspaper or magazines or books, they are going for a serif font. So there is a reason why they are going for it. Okay, so both are important. So give importance to both the font. Try out. Just download it. There are so much free fonts available. Just download it, explore it. Try to combine serif and sans serif. You'll come to understand a different font pairing also. So just try it out. You'll get to know the bigger picture of the font. So that's it, guys. Hope so you got some insight about serif font and sans serif font also. And definitely, for beginners, I am sure this will be definitely helpful. For non-beginners or for expert level, I am not sure whether this will be that helpful. But these are the collection of a group of information which I am sharing from my knowledge, from the books, from blogs, from various content I am sharing it. If anything I mentioned it wrongly, or if anything I missed to communicate it, please, if you are a senior or if you know anything before, please do share it in the comments. Okay, it will be not benefit for myself, it will be benefit for all the people who are watching this video. So please do share it. And beginners out there, please let me know if you want any scope for improvement in this video. If you want any specific topic to be included in this course, please let me know. I'll definitely do it. Okay, so thank you and bye bye. Have a great day.